Welcome to this episode of Movies You Want to Watch. I'm your host, Gina Jordan.
Talking to me?
Coming up on this episode of Movies You Want to Watch, you know him as one of Hollywood's most legendary actors.
I think you're way out of line talking to me like that.
Robert De Niro's new documentary is near and dear to his heart, remembering the artist Robert De Niro Sr. The film shows audiences a whole new side of this infamous good fella.
The reason I kept the studios for my kids.
Plus, according to Anna Kendrick and Melanie Linsky, it's an all-improv indie movie you want to watch. Happy Christmas.
There is a scene where Melanie and I just talk about sex.
And it's a love story getting a ton of buzz, thanks to an all-star cast, Mark Ruffalo, Keira Knightley, and showcasing his acting debut, Adam Levine.
I love it, and I think it's incredible.
That's all coming up right now in this episode of Movies You Want to Watch. Before they hit the theater.
Do you want a cup of me with Koofy?
Before they win an Oscar, watch a sneak peek at Hollywood's latest films and the talent who stars in them.
I was drooling a lot last year.
I'm very badly behaved.
It's Movies You Want to Watch with me, Gina Jordan.
Please let me be in this movie.
You know you wanna.
You know you wanna.
You know you wanna.
Welcome to this episode of Movies You Want to Watch. I'm Gina Jordan, coming at you from the historic Cinema Village Theater right here in New York City. Our team recently took a field trip all the way to Park City, Utah to attend the 30th annual Sundance Film Festival.
The Bronx Bull, the Raging Bull. Let's hear for the great Jake LaMotta, ladies and gentlemen.
You know him as one of Hollywood's most legendary actors, starring in memorable films including Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, The Godfather, and Goodfellas.
You gotta go home, okay? Look at me. You gotta go home. Smarten up.
Now, the man who asked the world, "You talking to me?" is talking back through the documentary Remembering the Artist, Robert De Niro Sr.
He was, to me, a great artist, but you can never impose that on people.
The film, which De Niro produced and starred in, chronicles his late father's life as a post-war painter. The film portrays how De Niro Sr. struggled with the changing art world, religion, and his own sexuality.
My father wrote a lot about his life in his journals, which gives me an idea of what he was going through.
The journals enabled De Niro to share the daily struggles his father faced.
Being a painter is an affection, like being a homosexual. One had to have the strength to continue working without the thought of recognition, either before or after death, just as one had to have the strength to accept life alone without the thought of a romantic attachment.
De Niro's father's sexuality was ultimately the cause for his parents' divorce when he was just 12 years old.
They divorced when I was around 12, 11 or 12, but they separated when I was around 2 or 3 or something.
De Niro admitted that he wants his own children to have a better understanding of their late grandfather.
The reason I kept the studios for my kids, for them to know what their grandfather did.
De Niro's initial intention was to create a film for his immediate family. Yet it was his Tribeca Film Festival partner, Jane Rosenthal, that encouraged him to share his father's story with the world.
Well, Jane really pushed me to do it. I would have done it anyway, but she pushed me to. She said, "Let's just do it now."
And what year would you have done it?
Well, I would have made, but still, she did say, "Let's do it. Let's get it done."
Apparently, Rosenthal knows how to push De Niro's buttons. She was able to coax the acting legend to attend the film's premiere at Sundance earlier this season.
What is the best experience about being at Sundance versus Tribeca?
Well, it's up in the mountains. There's snow. You can ski, and it's got its own charm.
De Niro revealed how his father's lifestyle as an abstract expressionist painter ultimately exposed him to the New York art scene in the 1940s and 50s.
Al, I knew Al Kresh, who's still alive. Paul Rezica is still with us, and some others I can't think of offhand, but I knew a few of them.
De Niro Sr., who passed away in 1993 at the age of 71, found some success early in his career. But as the art world modernized in the 60s, De Niro Sr. found it hard to change with the times.
He was very very clear about what he thought was art, what he liked, and yet at the same time he was very generous about it. He said, artists can, people can appreciate things. It doesn't matter, what their aesthetic could be different than yours, but at the same time he didn't feel that certain things, art-wise, were art, if you will. It was another thing. It wasn't for him. And in his own style, you see it was always the same.
Despite his struggles, the actor has always supported his father, even financially. De Niro Sr.'s artwork is proudly displayed throughout Robert's home and showcased inside his New York City restaurant, Tribeca Grill.
Yes, I have a lot of it. That's the only thing I have.
In the film, De Niro portrayed how his father struggled with religion, his own sexuality, and eventually left his mother.
My mother and I spoke about it a little bit, and he was very, very quiet with whatever he did, because he's not going to tell me. I'm his son, I'm the last person to know.
De Niro admitted he believes his father never truly resolved these ongoing issues.
I don't know. Probably he didn't in some way, I don't think.
De Niro admitted that making this documentary helped bring him closer to understanding his father.
I regret certain things with my parents. That I didn't follow through on.
Now, the film allows De Niro fans to experience his softer side. Yet for those of you that prefer his tough guy persona on the big screen, have no fear. De Niro has more than 20 films in development, including Hands of Stone, alongside Ellen Barkin, Usher, and John Turturro, scheduled to premiere later this season.
The whole reason to do it is for my father.
Remembering the artist Robert De Niro Sr. is a movie you want to watch, and it's available now on HBO.
I just want to see him get his due. That's my responsibility.
Still to come.
There's a scene where Melanie and I just talk about sex.
According to Anna Kendrick and Melanie Linsky, it's an all-improv indie movie you want to watch. Happy Christmas. And it's a love story getting a ton of buzz, thanks to an all-star cast, Mark Ruffalo, Keira Knightley, and showcasing his acting debut, Adam Levine. Don't move. Movies You Want to Watch will be right back. When you hit Park City, Utah, the #1 dining destination you can't miss is the River Horse restaurant on Main Street. River Horse has been serving up 5-star eclectic American cuisine since 1987. Signature dishes like the mouth-watering pistachio-encrusted halibut are thanks to executive chef and co-owner Seth Adams.
We try to do the best job we can every day, and we like what we do.
The River Horse is open year-round for lunch and dinner, located at 540 Main Street in the heart of scenic Park City, Utah. Welcome back. I'm Gina Jordan, bringing you movies you want to watch. Our team recently hit the Sundance Film Festival to bring you this next film you want to watch, Happy Christmas, a drama starring Anna Kendrick, Melanie Linsky, Joe Swanberg, and one very precocious 2-year-old. If Anna Kendrick's lightning-fast improv skills on the red carpet are a glimpse of what we can expect in her latest indie film performance, then Happy Christmas is a movie you want to watch.
Improv means improv. We had an idea of the story we wanted to tell, but not a word of dialogue was written.
First, you met Kendrick in the Twilight Saga. Then, if it wasn't enough to star Up in the Air alongside George Clooney, Kendrick nabbed an Oscar and a Golden Globe nom for her role as Natalie.
Anybody who ever built an empire or changed the world sat where you are now.
And who knew this girl could sing? Fans fell in love with Kendrick's character, Becca, in the hit film Pitch Perfect.
Oh, I know you're gonna miss me when I'm gone.
Now it's Anna's keen ability to completely improv her latest role as Jenny in Happy Christmas that's wowing audiences.
It's another improv film, which is very exciting.
Do you want me to text you updates?
Oh, if you...
I can send you pictures. He's still alive.
Yeah, if you want to.
Happy Christmas is Kendrick's second improv-only film, working alongside fellow actor and Happy Christmas director Joe Swanberg.
I had just worked with Anna on Drinking Buddies, my previous film, and really loved working with her. The second we were done with that one, I kind of called her, and I was playing around with this idea.
The idea behind Happy Christmas is just that, an idea. No script, no fancy dialogue, just some good old-fashioned improv.
We worked from an outline on this movie, so there was, I think, 12 pages of sort of notes and rambling ideas that I wrote down, but all the dialogue's improvised by the actors.
So what exactly is this idea that convinced investors to buy into the film with no script?
Melanie Linsky and I play a young couple. My son plays our kid, and Anna plays my little sister who's gone through a breakup and is looking for a change in her life. So we invite her to come live in our basement while she finds a job and finds an apartment. And she's not exactly the roommate we expected to have.
The film revolves around Kendrick's character Jenny, who plays one hot mess.
I play Joe's younger sister who comes to live with them, and I'm very badly behaved.
Jenny moves into her brother's basement amidst a devastating breakup. She drinks and smokes her way through life while trying to find herself again.
Was it fun for you to play this role?
It was really fun to play this role. I mean, it was a little bit scary. It's fun to play a mess, but it's a little scary because, you know, you feel very vulnerable, and because there's no script, you are drawing on, you know, your experiences, you know, things that you've done that you regret, things that you've seen your friends do. You know, you're drawing on so much of your own personal experiences. It's a very vulnerable thing.
Let's say it like it is. You're drunk. Melanie was telling us, and she has a 2-year-old, and she doesn't want you around the 2-year-old, right?
Yeah, I very quickly proved myself to be not the greatest babysitter, not very reliable. I drink a lot, I smoke a lot, and you know, I'm kind of letting myself off the hook because I'm like, I'm young, and she's really at the age where she needs to start taking responsibility for that. It's kind of not cute anymore, but she's sort of still just riding that excuse and letting herself off the hook, so she's behaving very badly throughout the whole film.
Jenny.
Ow!
Jenny?
I'm fine.
The Oscar nom revealed her unique way of prepping for an unusual sex scene in Happy Christmas.
There is a scene where Melanie and I just talk about sex and like our sexual like fantasies, and Melanie and I were kind of like, you know, I had like invited over a bunch of girlfriends in preparation for that scene. I knew we were going to be doing a scene like that, and like asked them about stuff so I could kind of crowdsource like funny sexual stuff, and I am really surprised that didn't make it in. But I think it's very noble of Joe to not just put it in if it doesn't make sense.
Are you saying write an erotic novel, sell it for $1 gazillion, and all my problems are solved?
Yeah.
Kendrick proves mastering the art form of improv is ultimately dropping your filter and not being afraid to just speak your mind. Lately, even Anna's tweets are turning controversial and making headlines.
I noticed you tweeted today, beauty standards in Hollywood are unacceptable. I'm often lose because I'm too ugly on the inside.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that it was a joke. Yeah, I'm surprised at how many people are like, you're not, you're pretty on the inside. It was just a joke. Yes, that's a pressure, but I kind of want to reject the idea that that should even be your goal. Like, fuck that, you know? I mean, so
Love you.
Like, that's what, I mean, it's just a joke because it's like, you know, I guess there's so much talk about that, and my feeling is like, I don't know why that should even be important. If it's not important for men, it's not important for me.
Make no mistake, this sassy starlet marches to her own beat, co-starring alongside Aubrey Plaza and Ryan Reynolds in 2 films that also premiered at Sundance this season.
I'm in Life After Beth, which I just came out of the screening of, so it's so exciting. I was at my other film this morning for The Voices with Ryan Reynolds. He's incredible in the film, so
I'd like to work with Ryan.
He's really proud of it. He's, you know, he's so normal. He makes everybody else look insane. He's so amazing and down to earth. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to people seeing him in that.
Kendrick's sister-in-law in Happy Christmas is played by 2.5 Men star Melanie Linsky.
I was like, what are all the clicks? It's because cute Anna came in. So cute.
Beautiful.
She's like a little pixie person walking around in this. She's gorgeous.
Director Swanberg told Movies You Want to Watch, Linsky was the perfect fit to play his wife.
Melanie is somebody who I met through the casting process of Drinking Buddies and didn't put in that movie, but I called her back right away too. I was like, I'm sorry that I didn't cast you in Drinking Buddies, but I love you. I would love to work with you.
She's drinking a lot. She doesn't seem like a responsible person.
She's not a responsible person.
We can't trust her.
This film looks like a lot of fun because you start off a little judgmental.
Yeah, I think I'm just like very protective. The first night she's in the house, like all kinds of, we have to go pick her up and she's drunk and crazy and...
How dare she be drunk and crazy?
I know. She's going through a breakup. She's having a hard time. We should have a little more empathy, but I'm just like, she can't be in the house with a 2-year-old, you know?
That 2-year-old actor is the director's son, Jude Swanberg, and his co-stars would agree he is a natural. This kid stole the show.
He's amazing. He's so adorable and charming. He plays Joe and my son. He's so cute in the movie. I mean, he's not acting really, but there are times where you're like, hang on a minute, you know what you're doing. You know when the camera's on you.
Your Aunt Jenny's in trouble, Jude. Can you say trouble? Trouble. I had a movie here in 2011 when he was 3 months old. So his first airplane trip was to come to Sundance.
Do you ever get those comments like, why are you forcing your child to be on camera?
No, I'm sure they'll come. I'm actually this is the last time I'll dare put him in a movie until he's old enough to ask me to do it. Your turn.
Actor Mark Webber also stars alongside Linsky in Happy Christmas.
I'm a male babysitter slash musician slash pot dealer occasionally. So it was really funny. It was a really kind of funny hodgepodge of character traits to portray.
Hi. I'm Jen.
Hey, Jen. Nice to meet you.
It's possible director Swanberg chose Mark for the part because of his ability to improvise some impressive domestic skills.
How long are you in town for?
For a while, I think.
Now, the youngest actor in the film was the director's son.
He's a little dream boy.
Were you hands-on?
I was very hands-on.
Did you literally diaper? Did you take some turns diapering and doing?
Diaper. I was willing, but I didn't have to go there. We played a lot of little games with like little cows and chickens, and yeah, a lot of building blocks.
Seems to work on cue, and everything was improvised on this film. Did you have any funny scenes trying to improvise?
He's incredible. He can do no wrong. I just follow his lead. Seriously, I'm like, okay, you want to play blocks now? We're playing blocks.
Weber is a natural with kids on camera. In real life, Weber is a proud full-time daddy.
I have a 5.5-year-old son as well, so, and another one on the way, and I love kids, so it was fun for me. I just got to go and be a dad and pretend to be a babysitter.
Sorry, ladies, Weber is officially OTM off the market and recently married to warm body star Teresa Palmer. The happy couple recently welcomed a baby boy into the family, Bodie Rain Palmer. Weber also co-stars in another indie film that premiered at the festival this season.
Laggies, yeah, it's a Lynn Shelton film I did with Keira Knightley and Sam Rockwell and Chloe Moretz.
Yet Weber told ITM he wouldn't have attended any premiere without his new and, at the time, very pregnant wife.
We drove here. We drove from LA. It's like an 11-hour trip, but I did it in 9.5 hours.
He did it in 9. It's meant to take 12 hours, but he...
How much he loves you.
It's not really sticking to the speed limit.
I know. I went a little fast. Shh.
9 hours, well, that's true love. This may be Palmer's first child with Weber, but by the sound of her easygoing pregnancy, this won't be her last.
What are some tips? Because you look absolutely glowing and stunning and beautiful.
I've had a really relaxed, easy pregnancy. Didn't have any morning sickness. I think the main thing is just continuing to maintain a healthy, balanced diet. I definitely have worked out up until now. I'm still working out, and I feel really great.
Happy Christmas is a movie you want to watch, and it hits theaters July 25th. Still to come.
I sing, that was terrifying. I'm not a singer.
It's a love story getting a ton of buzz. Thanks to an all-star cast, Mark Ruffalo, Keira Knightley, and showcasing his acting debut, Adam Levine. Don't move. Movies You Want to Watch will be right back.
Just point. with nowhere left
Just move.
to turn.
Just share.
You saw me
As you naturally would.
and showed me
Just point.
how much I still
Just move.
have to learn.
Just share.
And the odds
Smart. Inspired by you. LG Cinema 3D Smart TV.
This episode of Movies You Want to Watch is presented by LG. Welcome back. I'm Gina Jordan, bringing you movies you want to watch. What do you get when you cross movie stars, rock stars, and a rising star? You get our next movie you want to watch, Begin Again.
Let's record an album, and the city is our studio.
Begin Again, the romantic dramedy which stars Mark Ruffalo, Keira Knightley, Hailee Steinfeld, and Maroon 5 frontman Adam Levine, premiered at the Tribeca Film Festival.
I think it's a really beautiful movie, and really proud to be here at Tribeca with it.
When a dejected music exec, Dan, played by Ruffalo, finds himself at the end of his rope, an unlikely relationship will help him find the strength to begin again.
I was having a nervous breakdown, and then I heard your song. I want to make records with you. Come on, let's get out of here. You're gonna have to get these beers, though.
Ruffalo may be best known for playing the Hulk in The Avengers.
I'm a huge fan of the way you lose control and turn into an enormous green rage monster.
Thanks.
The actor took a break from filming the superhero sequel to promote his latest film, Begin Again.
It's a movie about a down on his luck, kind of on the outs music producer. And he sort of is ready to throw in the towel. He's having problems with his wife and his kid. And he comes across this other person who's also down on the luck and at the end and on the skids, a young musician, and he hears her music and it awakens some great part in him. And the two of them make this journey to produce this album and find an unlikely way of making it and an unlikely way of getting it out in the world. And along the way, they sort of heal and they become more whole. And there's maybe a promise of a love story there, but we don't know where that's going to end up going ultimately.
Ruffalo showcased his musical skills in Begin Again. The actor revealed a hidden talent he practices in the privacy of his own home.
Do you play an instrument?
I do. I play bass. I play bass in the movie.
Very cool. You actually play in the movie?
Yeah.
Do you sing as well?
No.
No singing at all?
In the shower.
While Ruffalo keeps his vocal skills behind closed doors, his co-star, Keira Knightley, reveals her big debut.
What's it like to work with Keira?
Fantastic. We had a great time. She's got a great voice. There's a lot of humor in the movie, a lot of pathos. It plays really, really well to audiences.
Are you really an A&R man? You just look more like a homeless man.
Oscar nominee Keira Knightley plays Greta, a singer-songwriter from New York left to fend for herself, while her rock star boyfriend, played by Adam Levine, leaves Knightley's character singing the blues.
This is a new song for anyone who's ever been alone in the city.
So you find yourself at the subway.
Knightley, best known for Atonement, Pride and Prejudice, and Pirates of the Caribbean, recently took a break from those sweeping epic action films to explore a more lighthearted role.
The movie is a very positive, sort of uplifting tale. I got to the end of shooting a film called Anna Karenina and realised that in pretty much everything I'd been doing, I'd been either dying or dead or horrendous in some way, so I wanted to do something that was very positive and lighter, and I read the script and it made me laugh and it made me cry and it made me sort of love all of the people in it. So hopefully that's how people will feel when they go and see it.
Yet it's Knightley's role in Begin Again that brings on a new set of challenges. The actress stepped out of her comfort zone to reveal her big musical debut.
I sing, that was terrifying. I'm not a singer. Everybody was very kind, and there were some lovely people that worked a lot with me to try and figure out how to do that and what would sound right. And I think we found something that's pretty good, so that's all right.
Tell us the reason youth is wasted on the young. It's her season, and this lamb is on the run.
Knightley joins the ranks of A-listers who've also debuted their musical skills on the big screen, including Reese Witherspoon, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Julianne Moore.
It was fun. That was actually my attraction to the film. I'd never played a rock star before, and I was kind of interested in that, you know. So it was fun and certainly a big challenge for me.
Singing for a role is challenging for any actor, but Knightley admits it was director John Carney who ultimately got her to take the leap.
I love what John does. I loved Once. I thought, you know, he has this kind of ability to make things that are incredibly positive and uplifting without being cheesy. I think that's a very difficult thing to do. And I love the fact, you know, he was in a band. He was in the music industry for years, so there's a kind of reality to the stories that he tells. He knows what he's talking about, and I think you can see that in his work.
Carney is no stranger to making indie movie magic. In 2007, his film Once received the Sundance Film Festival Audience Award.
This is sort of like made from similar DNA to Once. It's a musical story, obviously. It's a little bit more complex, there's more characters, and there's sort of, it's still romantic, and you know, there's lots of songs in it and stuff.
It's not just Ruffalo and Knightley who revealed their musical skills on the big screen for the first time. Maroon 5 frontman Adam Levine makes his acting debut as a rock star in Begin Again.
If I could somehow undo what I did to us, then tell me what it is.
I think everything's changed.
Since 2002, Maroon 5 has sold over 27 million albums worldwide and released hits including Moves Like Jagger, Payphone, and One More Night.
So I cross my heart and I hope to die.
The singer-songwriter jumped at the chance to act when director John Carney gave him the chance.
He's one of my favorite people in the entire world. I love him to death. He gave me, regardless of what happens from now on, he gave me my first shot. So I am so thankful for that. He believed in me when kind of no one else was really sure about it. He was very much a champion of me. So, and he's an incredible director. I was a fan of his before I got the movie, so awesome dude. I love him so much.
It wasn't hard for Levine to relate to his character. The singer-songwriter admitted there were some parallels between the two that he wasn't so proud of.
My character in this movie is me about 7 years ago, because I think that it's interesting how success and the things that happen to you, right when they happen, it kind of, you know, it changes things. And some people, almost everybody, at the beginning there's a learning curve to be able to learn how to handle it. And this guy, his character, didn't really know how to handle it yet. And so everyone, I had a very similar experience, and I kind of drew upon that a little bit. So he was me right when the band started to have any kind of success, and I lost my way a little bit, and so did this guy. So I injected some of that into it.
Oscar-nominated actress Hailee Steinfeld, who's currently filming Pitch Perfect 2, was thrilled to work alongside this all-star cast in Begin Again.
Just hearing the opportunity to work with Mark Ruffalo and Keira Knightley and Adam and John Carney, I mean, screamed out to me. So it was a really exciting thing altogether. So I'm honored to be a part of it.
Lost my job today. You got money to pay for these?
I'm a kid. I don't have any money on
What
me.
happened to your pocket money?
Well, I spent that on condoms.
No.
Just watching them was so incredible. I mean, Keira I've looked up to for a very, very long time, as long as I can remember. She's such a beautiful person inside and out. And Mark has such a great time with what he does. His energy and passion is so contagious. I mean, this is such an incredible opportunity to be here. To have been a part of the film to begin with is amazing, and I always find that there's a certain point where it's out of your hands and you have no idea what could happen with it. So to be here with it is an extreme honor.
Steinfeld, who plays Ruffalo's daughter Violet, may be young, but it seems the rising star is wise way beyond her years.
The character I play in the film was a very interesting one to play. She's the daughter of divorced parents, and she's trying to kind of find her way as her parents find their way. And it's a real coming-of-age story for people of all ages.
Begin Again is a movie you want to watch, and it hits theaters July 4th.
This really is a bit of a long shot, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's when the magic happens.
That's going to do it for this episode of Movies You Want to Watch. I'm Gina Jordan, signing off from the Cinema Village in Greenwich Village, Manhattan. We look forward to seeing you next time. You know you wanna.
This week's Celebrity Selfie Shot is brought to you by LG. Life's good. Mark Ruffalo, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, you know you wanna.